Let me ask you something honestly. What if the foods sitting in your kitchen right now, the foods you have been eating every single day, convinced they were healthy choices, are actually quietly damaging your prostate? Most men over 50 assume that eating any kind of healthy food is automatically good for their prostate. But here is the truth that changes everything. Not all foods that call themselves healthy are actually working for you. Some are actively healing your prostate, reducing inflammation, and supporting healthy prostate function, are doing the exact opposite, quietly feeding inflammation, disrupting hormone balance, and accelerating the kind of decline that most men blame entirely on age. The difference between a handful of pumpkin seeds and a slice of cheese, between a cup of green tea and a glass of orange juice, those differences repeated day after day compound into the gap between a man whose prostate is healthy at 65 and a man who is dealing with enlargement, discomfort, and urinary problems by the same age. Today, I am going to give you both sides of that picture. 4 foods you should be eating regularly if you want to protect your prostate, and 4 foods you need to pull back on if you want to stop the silent damage that is happening right now without you realizing it. My name is Dr. Chloe, and I am a board-certified urologist with over 10 years of clinical experience working with men over 50 who are trying to understand what is happening to their bodies and what they can actually do about it. What I consistently find is that the most powerful changes are not the most dramatic ones. They are the small, daily decisions, like what you put on your plate, that compound over time into either a healthy prostate or a struggling one. Let me address the myth first, because it is costing men years of prostate comfort and function. The myth is this: all healthy foods are good for your prostate. Your body handles everything the same way it always did. Here is the truth. After 50, your prostate becomes significantly more sensitive to certain compounds in foods. Your hormone balance shifts, your inflammation response changes, and your prostate tissue, which is already under pressure from years of normal aging, becomes far more reactive to dietary triggers than it was 2 decades ago. What this means in practice is that certain foods, even ones with genuine health benefits in other areas, can hit your prostate in ways they never did before. The men who understand this and make the right adjustments do not just manage their prostate health better. They feel measurably more comfortable, more confident, and more in control than men the same age who never made the connection. Let us start with the 4 foods that are working for you. Food number 1, pumpkin seeds. If there is one food I would describe as the most powerful natural ally a man over 50 has for prostate health, it is pumpkin seeds. And I want to explain precisely why, because this is not just about general nutrition. Pumpkin seeds are extraordinarily rich in zinc, a mineral that your prostate contains in higher concentration than any other part of your body. Zinc is absolutely critical for prostate cells to function properly. It regulates cell growth, controls inflammation, and protects against oxidative damage. But here's what makes pumpkin seeds especially valuable for prostate health specifically. They also contain phytosterols, plant compounds that have been shown to help reduce the size of an enlarged prostate. Phytosterols work by blocking the conversion of testosterone into dihydrotestosterone, also known as DHT, which is one of the primary drivers of prostate enlargement. Less DHT means less pressure on your urethra, fewer midnight bathroom trips, and more comfortable daily function. Biologically, pumpkin seeds are simultaneously providing zinc for cellular health and phytosterols for hormone balance, 2 of the most critical factors for prostate comfort after 50. Emotionally, the men who make pumpkin seeds a consistent habit often notice their urinary urgency settling down, their flow becoming stronger, and their confidence returning in situations where they once worried about bathroom access. Practically, a small handful of raw or lightly roasted pumpkin seeds every day is all it takes. Not the salted versions, not the heavily seasoned ones. Raw or dry roasted with minimal added salt. You can sprinkle them on salads, mix them into oatmeal, or just keep a container near your desk. Consistency is what matters here. Your prostate needs a regular supply of zinc and phytosterols, not occasional megadoses. Food number 2, Tomatoes. Yes, the humble tomato sitting in almost every man's kitchen is one of the most prostate-protective foods available. And here is why. Tomatoes contain an exceptionally powerful antioxidant called lycopene. Lycopene is what gives tomatoes their deep red color, and it is one of the most studied compounds in all of prostate health research. Here is how it works. Lycopene is fat-soluble, which means your body absorbs it better when tomatoes are cooked and eaten with a small amount of healthy fat. This is why tomato paste, tomato sauce, and cooked tomatoes are actually more effective for prostate health than raw tomatoes alone. When lycopene is absorbed, it concentrates in prostate tissue, where it neutralizes free radicals, reduces oxidative stress, and has been consistently linked in research to lower rates of prostate enlargement and prostate cancer. Study after study supports this. Men who consume tomato-based products regularly have shown significantly lower prostate-specific antigen levels and reduced risk of prostate problems. But here is what elevates tomatoes above almost everything else in the prostate health category. Lycopene works synergistically with other compounds in tomatoes to provide protection that single supplement pills simply cannot replicate. Biologically, tomatoes provide lycopene along with vitamin C, potassium, and a range of other nutrients that support overall prostate tissue health. Emotionally, knowing that something as simple and affordable as cooked tomatoes with a little olive oil can genuinely protect your prostate gives men a sense of control over their own health that I see transform their entire approach to aging. Practically, aim for 1 to 2 servings of cooked tomatoes daily. A tablespoon of tomato paste in your morning omelet. A cup of homemade tomato soup for lunch. Pasta with marinara sauce for dinner. Add a splash of olive oil to help your body absorb the lycopene. This is one of the simplest, most affordable prostate protective strategies available. Food number 3. Green tea. Green tea is not just a mild health drink. For men over 50, it is a targeted prostate protector, and the reason comes down to a group of powerful compounds called catechins. The most important catechin in green tea for prostate health is called epigallocatechin gallate, which I will call ECGC from here on, because it deserves its own name. ECGC has been shown in multiple studies to inhibit the growth of prostate cancer cells, reduce PSA levels in men with prostate concerns, and actively suppress the inflammation that feeds prostate enlargement. The mechanism is straightforward. ECGC interferes with the signaling pathways that tell prostate cells to grow uncontrollably. It calms the inflammatory environment that makes prostate problems worse, and it supports the body's natural ability to manage abnormal cell growth. But here's what makes green tea especially valuable for the prostate issues that affect most men over 50. The benign stuff, the enlargement, the urinary symptoms, the middle-of-the-night bathroom trips. Green tea catechins have a mild diuretic effect that helps flush the urinary system while simultaneously reducing inflammation in the prostate tissue itself. It is cleaning and calming at the same time. Biologically, green tea provides ECGC for anti-inflammatory and anti-growth protection, along with a gentle caffeine content that many men tolerate well. Emotionally, the ritual of drinking green tea can become a moment of intentional self-care. A small daily commitment to your own prostate health that compounds over months and years. Practically, 2 to 3 cups of quality green tea daily is the target. Not the bottled sweetened versions, not the highly processed extracts. Actual brewed green tea, steeped properly, consumed warm. If you are sensitive to caffeine, switch to decaf green tea, which still retains most of the beneficial catechins. Consistency matters more than quantity. A cup every day beats a whole pot once a week. Food number 4. Fatty fish. Salmon, mackerel, sardines, herring. These are not just heart-healthy foods. For men over 50, they are prostate-healthy foods. And the reason is omega-3 fatty acids, specifically the long-chain omega-3s called EPA and DHA, that are abundant in fatty fish, but almost absent from most men's diets. Here's how omega-3s protect the prostate. They are powerful anti-inflammatory agents. Chronic inflammation is one of the primary drivers of prostate enlargement and prostate cell abnormalities. When you consume omega-3 fatty acids regularly, they become incorporated into cell membranes throughout your body, including your prostate tissue. Once there, they actively reduce the production of inflammatory compounds that would otherwise be feeding prostate swelling and discomfort. Studies following men who consume fatty fish regularly have shown lower rates of prostate problems and better inflammatory markers across the board. But omega-3s do more than just reduce inflammation. They also support healthy blood flow to the pelvic region, which is critical for prostate function and for maintaining healthy erectile tissue. Biologically, fatty fish provide EPA and DHA omega-3s for inflammation control, along with vitamin D, which most men over 50 are deficient in, and which plays an important role in prostate cell regulation. Emotionally, knowing that eating salmon twice a week is actively protecting your prostate provides a sense of agency and control that men often tell me transforms how they feel about aging. Practically, aim for 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week. Salmon, mackerel, sardines, or herring. Grilled, baked, or broiled, not fried. The omega-3 content in fried fish is largely destroyed by the cooking process. If you do not eat fish, consider a quality fish oil supplement, but whole food sources are always better when possible. Now, for the side of this conversation that most men need to hear. 4 foods that are quietly destroying your prostate health. Food to avoid number 1, processed red meat. This is the one I see men over 50 consuming most carelessly. Hot dogs, bacon, sausage, deli meats, hamburgers, steaks cooked well done at high temperatures. All of these fall into the category of processed or heavily cooked red meat that research has consistently linked to prostate problems. Here is the science. When red meat is processed or cooked at high temperatures, it produces compounds called heterocyclic amines and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. These are inflammatory agents that concentrate in prostate tissue and have been shown to promote abnormal cell growth. Additionally, the iron in red meat, called heme iron, can contribute to oxidative stress in the prostate when consumed in excess. But here is what makes processed red meat especially damaging for prostate health specifically. The combination of preservatives like nitrates, the high fat content, and the advanced glycation end products that form during cooking creates a perfect storm of inflammation for your prostate. Men who consume processed red meat multiple times per week have shown consistently higher rates of prostate enlargement and prostate cell abnormalities. Biologically, processed red meat delivers inflammatory compounds directly to prostate tissue while simultaneously disrupting hormone balance through multiple mechanisms. Emotionally, I understand that many men love red meat. This is not about eliminating it entirely, it is about awareness and moderation. Practically, limit processed red meat to no more than once or twice per month. When you do eat red meat, choose leaner cuts and cook at lower temperatures, medium rare instead of well done. And if you are eating red meat 3 times a week or more, your prostate is paying a price you may not feel for years. Food to avoid number 2, full-fat dairy. This one surprises many men because dairy has been marketed as a health food for bone health and protein. But for the prostate specifically, full-fat dairy is a significant concern. Whole milk, full-fat cheese, butter, cream, and ice cream all contain high levels of saturated fat, which promotes systemic inflammation throughout the body, including in the prostate. But the dairy problem goes beyond fat. Conventional dairy also contains hormones, both naturally occurring and added, that can disrupt the hormone balance your prostate needs to stay healthy. Men who consume large quantities of full-fat dairy have shown higher rates of prostate enlargement and prostate cell changes. And the calcium content in dairy, while beneficial for bones in moderation, can interfere with vitamin D metabolism in ways that affect prostate cell regulation. Here is what I tell my patients. The calcium in 2 glasses of whole milk per day is more than your body can use efficiently, and the excess has to go somewhere. Some of it affects the prostate in ways that are not helpful. Additionally, the insulin-like growth factor present in conventional dairy has been linked to increased prostate cell proliferation. Biologically, full-fat dairy feeds prostate inflammation through saturated fat, while simultaneously disrupting hormone balance through multiple pathways. Emotionally, men who switch from whole milk to lower-fat options often notice their urinary symptoms improving within weeks. Practically, switch to lower-fat dairy options. 1% or skim milk instead of whole. Lower-fat cheese in smaller quantities. Greek yogurt instead of ice cream. And if you can tolerate it, consider plant-based alternatives like almond milk or oat milk, which do not carry the same inflammatory profile. Your prostate will thank you. Food to avoid number 3, alcohol. Specifically, the way most men over 50 actually drink, not the occasional glass of wine with dinner. I'm talking about the weekend pattern, the after-work beers, the heavy drinking nights that many men normalize without realizing what it is doing to their prostate. Alcohol directly irritates the prostate tissue. It causes inflammation, disrupts hormone production, and can worsen the urinary symptoms that already plague most men over 50. But here's the part most men miss. Alcohol also disrupts your sleep, and poor sleep raises cortisol, and elevated cortisol increases inflammation throughout the body, including in the prostate. It is a compounding effect. The research on alcohol and prostate health is consistent. Regular heavy drinking is associated with higher rates of prostate problems. Even moderate but consistent drinking adds up over years of compounding inflammation and hormone disruption. Biologically, alcohol irritates prostate tissue, disrupts testosterone balance, raises cortisol, and interferes with the sleep that your prostate cells need for repair. Emotionally, I understand that drinking is social, relaxing, and deeply embedded in most men's routines. This is not about perfection. It is about awareness. Practically, give yourself several alcohol-free days every week. When you do drink, pace yourself. Your liver can only process about 1 drink per hour. And consider what that 3rd or 4th drink is really costing your prostate, even if you cannot feel it right now. Food to avoid number 4, refined carbohydrates. This is the one most men do not see coming. Bread, pasta, white rice, pastries, cookies, crackers, chips. These are the foods that quietly fuel inflammation and prostate problems in ways that most men never connect to their diet. Here's the mechanism. Refined carbohydrates spike your blood sugar rapidly. When blood sugar spikes, insulin spikes in response. Chronically elevated insulin, even without full-blown diabetes, promotes inflammation throughout the body. And the prostate is particularly sensitive to insulin levels. High insulin has been shown to stimulate prostate cell growth and worsen the symptoms of prostate enlargement. Additionally, refined carbs contribute to visceral belly fat, the fat that accumulates around the abdomen after 50. Belly fat is not just a cosmetic issue. It is metabolically active. It produces inflammatory compounds and converts testosterone into estrogen through a process called aromatization. More belly fat means more estrogen and less testosterone, both of which worsen prostate health. Biologically, refined carbs spike insulin, promote belly fat, trigger inflammation, and disrupt the hormone balance your prostate needs to function properly. Emotionally, I understand that carbohydrates are comforting and convenient. They are everywhere. But the damage they do to your prostate is real and measurable. Practically, reduce your refined carbohydrate intake. Choose whole grains when you eat grains. Limit bread, pasta, and rice portions. Read labels for hidden sugars. And remember, your prostate is one of the first places where the damage from chronic insulin spikes shows up. Protect it by protecting your blood sugar. Let me bring this all together. Today we covered 4 foods that actively heal and protect your prostate, and 4 foods that are quietly working against you. The 4 that work for you are pumpkin seeds, which provide zinc and phytosterols for cellular health and hormone balance. Tomatoes, which deliver lycopene in a form your prostate can actually use. Green tea, which supplies anti-inflammatory catechins that calm prostate tissue. And fatty fish, which provide omega-3 fatty acids for inflammation control and healthy blood flow. The 4 that work against you are processed red meat, which delivers inflammatory compounds directly to prostate tissue. Full-fat dairy, which promotes inflammation and disrupts hormones. Alcohol, which irritates the prostate and compounds its damage through poor sleep. And refined carbohydrates, which spike insulin and drive the belly fat that suppresses testosterone while promoting estrogen. Here is the powerful truth. Your prostate health is not determined by one meal or one day of eating. It is determined by the pattern, the choices you make, day after day, week after week, year after year. The men who understand this and make the right adjustments consistently are not doing anything magical. They are simply making small, informed decisions that add up. Add a handful of pumpkin seeds to your day. Cook your tomatoes with a little olive oil. Drink your green tea. Eat salmon twice a week. Pull back on processed meats, full-fat dairy, excessive alcohol, and refined carbs. These are not dramatic changes. They are simple daily habits that compound into years of prostate comfort and confidence. Your prostate health is on your plate. Literally. If this video helped you, hit that like button. It helps Dr. Chloe Wellness reach more men who are taking their health seriously. And subscribe to this channel. Every week, I share practical, science-backed insights specifically for men who want to understand their bodies and protect their health as they age. Drop a comment below. Tell me which of these foods you are going to add to your diet and which one you are going to pull back on. I read every single comment. And share this video with a man in your life who needs to hear this. Your father, your brother, your best friend. Prostate health is not a topic men talk about openly enough. Let us change that. Until next time, take care of yourself. Your prostate is counting on you. This is Dr. Chloe. Stay healthy, gentlemen.